Yo, what's up my people, Fourth Prince here, bringing you some campaign of Gears of War Judgement, because I'm going to be chatting about campaign today. I'm going to be chatting about Gears of War 4 campaign, Gears of War 1 campaign, and the Gears of War Judgement campaign. Oh yeah, like you haven't heard me say good things about Judgement in the past. But yo, anyway, firstly, Gears of War 1. Now we're all kind of looking forward to this game coming, even though there's nothing official, but E3's just around the corner, so there's going to be some stuff coming about Gears of War 1, and no one from Black Tusk yet has come out and said, hey guys, everyone calm down, chill out, none of this is happening, everyone just shh, chill out, which is always a good sign. So after that, I kind of feel that it means that Gears of War 1, and it's kind of around the anniversary time of that game dropping in the first place, so I can see that coming very, very soon. But what are we looking forward to? Now, in the campaign, everyone who's played Gears of War campaign knows it's an absolutely classic, stunning and beautiful campaign. Dark, dingy, and just amazing. And it's going to be even more awesome in 60 frames per second, high definition, and all that great stuff. But we also need to remember that on the PC, there was a lot more stuff on there. There was extra levels. There was also an Unreal editor, which this information comes from my good buddy Stacks, because I've never played any PC Gears of War. And my good buddy Stacks will leave a link in the description to one of his montages, Dead Presidents Volume 2 or something like that, so go down and check that out. And he was saying that there was an actual Unreal Engine editor on Gears of War 1 PC, which, so you can make your own maps, you can make your own levels, you can mod like your own levels for campaign and all sorts of stuff, which I've seen some of this in the past. I will leave also a link to Chopper 009 and a couple of custom levels from Gears of War 1 mods, so go and check that video out as well and see what you can actually potentially have done on the PC with Gears of War 1. But just imagine if we got some Unreal editor on the Xbox One for Gears of War. Now, I've always played Halo, I've always, as you guys know, I've been a Halo fan also for a long time, but the fact that there was Forge on there was absolutely amazing. It's something I haven't really tinkered with too much, but I have had certain evenings where I played with either my godson or other people, and we've had just an awesome time making up maps and just having a mess around. But can you imagine that on Gears of War, like on the console, making your own maps or your own Unreal editor type thing or your own Forge thing? Wow, that's just mind-numbing. But that's something for you guys to think about. I'm not saying that's happening, okay? This is just the Prince's brain thinking. I don't think I'm probably not the first one in the Gears of War community to either think about this or mention this. But also being able to do your own campaign games and actually like create your own levels through campaign on the games console. Now that, my friends, would be different, special and amazing. And no matter what kind of, how maybe old school Gears of War 1 may feel, if you was to play exactly the same game, even with 60 frames per second and high definition, I don't think it's going to matter if you had them sort of things on there, because you would just go, I know I would just be amazed. I've always wanted to do my own Gears of War map, feel like I was Jim Brown or something sitting there. Yeah, that'd be amazing. But also as well, we've got Gears of War 4 coming in the future, and while we're on the subject of campaign, what are we expecting, or what would I myself personally be asking for out of Gears of War 4 campaign? And I thought about this and thought about this. I've probably thought about this for about forever, but I kind of feel there's nothing I can ask for. The only thing I can ask for is a better bad guy. I love Gears of War Judgement. Gears of War Judgement is just is my second favourite campaign of the Gears of War franchise, and probably of all time, and I think at some point it probably will go into my top spot over Gears of War 2. But the problem with Gears of War Judgement was that the bad guy, Khan, just wasn't that bad. He was bad, he looked awesome, he was riding around on this corpse from hell. The guy was absolutely amazing, but you just didn't hate him. He looked awesome, but you only see him like 2 times in the campaign. Unlike Ram, who stabs Ming with like this big machete crazy thing and just kills him, picks him up, looks in his eyes and goes, yeah, you hated Ram. You wanted to get to the end to fight Ram. Same with Scourge as well. I think there's a certain bit in Gears of War 2, I haven't played it for a while, but I've played it a lot, but not for a while, when Scourge comes out and he's attacking Dizzy and Ty. And actually, that's the part where I think he captures Ty and Dizzy gets away with it, as we all know. Spoilers! If you haven't played Gears of War 3, why haven't you? Another great campaign. But that's what I want from Gears of War 4. Definitely a campaign that is just I want a campaign that Black Tusk bring to me. I know there's loads and loads of story things, but I want a bad guy I can hate and want to get to the end. There was nothing wrong with the end level of fighting Khan, but when you're playing Gears of War Judgment, you never feel like you really hate Khan that much because you've only seen him once or twice, and he's not really done anything to you. You just look at him and go, oh, it's going to be cool fighting him, he looks cool, but that's about it, unlike Ramen Scourge. So I hope that there's a bad guy, but everything else, I want Black Tusk to bring to me. I know in the Gears of War world, there's tons and tons of stories. I have read some of the books. I've read Aspro Fields, half of Anvil Gate. I do have Coalition's End, and I do have The Slab, but I haven't read them yet. But I do know there's just so many stories. That was one thing that I really loved about Gears of War 3, that you had Sam come in there, Bernie, you know, all the different characters that actually came into Gears of War 3, which were kind of from earlier books, and their fathers, like Sam's father's in the books. Bernie's obviously a big part of the books, and to see them actually get used in Gears of War 3 was a breath of fresh air and something amazing. But so, there's so much what can happen, but I hope Black Tusk just go to it, kick it at us. Maybe Karen Travis could do the writing. I can't remember actually who did the story for Gears of War Judgment. I don't think it was Karen Travis, but don't quote me if I'm wrong. She's the lady that did the books, and she also did the campaign for Gears of War 3 as well. So she's been pretty awesome in the franchise, but I don't know if she's anything to do with Black Tusk or whatever. But I do feel as long as there's someone who knows the storyline, loves the storyline, and feels the storyline, that they can come out and bring out just a beastly campaign. So I'm looking forward to all that. I do want to say to you guys as well, Judgment, I know Khan is a bit of a letdown in Gears of War Judgment campaign, but Gears of War Judgment campaign is just so beautiful. I know there's a lot of people who played Gears of War Judgment and really do miss that Horde game type. Well, what I say to you is get 3 of your friends, pick some levels in Gears of War Judgment and play it like that, because if you play Horde, if you want to play Horde, go into the campaign. It's kind of like Horde's there, but you haven't got to be stuck on one map for all the waves and everything. Get a couple of your friends together and give it a go. I was playing on Upper State Street, which is in Halvo Bay, Upper State Street, and then the next bit that's coming up is going to be Rooftops. There's some of my favourite maps from Gears, or some of my favourite levels from Gears of War Judgment. There's also another one which I can't remember the name of, which is a shame because I'm always looking for it on the game to play it again. And there's this bit where you storm a beach, kind of like Normandy, but in Gears of War world. And you storm the beach in one level, go around the inside, have to do what you got to do, and then you come back out, and then you have to protect the beach while the locusts attack you in like these crazy armoured ships. And that level is just like, so good. I really love the Judgment campaign. So like, if you guys are missing Horde, give it a go. Get a couple of your friends. Say like, let's pretend this is Horde, but we've got loads of levels to play on. Because I've played tons and tons of Horde in my time. I do know I've got the ribbon. I got the ribbon ages ago when I was still doing Horde on Gears of War 3. Had the ribbon for 1,000 rounds of Horde on Gears of War 3. So I love Horde. But I also know that 50 waves, you've got to have, if you've got the 4 people you're going to play with, you've got to be aware that you've got to play that for about 2 hours. Around about 2 hours to get to 50 waves, and then you can get a bit bored of it, same map and everything, but so that's something that kind of sometimes takes away from the Horde, and I think that's why they put survival in Gears of War Judgment. I'm not saying survival works, that's probably the only thing about Gears of War Judgment I don't really enjoy too much at all, is survival, which is kind of like Overrun, but you're only on the COG side and it's against bots, and if you guys don't know, so I kind of don't like survival on Gears of War Judgment, but I will say that to take the campaign as a Horde based thing and try and play it like that, it's kind of cool. I was playing like this as on hardcore as well, so I ain't no, you know what I mean, I ain't playing it casual, no, you know what I'm saying? I was playing hardcore, wasn't playing insane either. I'm not going to be a big edge, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I just kind of thought I'd bring some kind of campaign to you, especially Gears of War Judgment. I do feel if you haven't played it, you should do. It's different. It's so different. I kind of feel that Gears of War Judgment did bring so many different things to the franchise, and I don't think they was all a letdown that like people think. I know loads of people are going to disagree with me, but I think it was a breath of fresh air. The game company come forth and said, yeah, we're going to change stuff. We're going to change stuff up in our game. And the campaign was so different, the way it was played out, that you got to hold down this area and protect this thing for a certain amount of time. And the declassifying of missions, the way you can change the whole outlet of the game. Maybe you've got to do it with just a Nashor or just a sawn-off shotgun. Yeah, we don't like that one. But just a sawn-off shotgun, or there's going to be a poison gas that's going to be released if you don't do it in 5 minutes. Or you've got to do it in the dark, there's no lights on. Declassifying missions, Gears of War Judgment campaign is absolutely banging. So yo, I hope you guys get a look at that. But I am looking forward to Gears in the future. If there was some kind of like Unreal Engine editor in the Gears of War 1 that you could put in, wow, that would be amazing. And Gears of War 4, well, I'm just looking forward to that so much, so bad. I'm such a Gears head and always will be. And yo, people, I'm probably going to kick it off there. check out the links in the descriptions. Check out my brother Stacks and Chopper 009's videos for the custom mods on Gears of War 1 on the PC. Go check that stuff out. Hope you like, my brothers and sisters. Much love and peace.